Turkish-made drone seems to be the latest trend in the unmanned aerial vehicle subsector. Turkey always been the sick man of Europe, and NATO always behave with Turkey as an odd man out, because Turkey always had a problem with its own Kurdish population. Turkey always treated its own Kurdish population as terrorist. In early 2000, Ankara used Israeli-made drones in its asymmetric war against Kurdish separatists. Now recently Turkey has developed its own drone with the help of its own drone industry and technology. Now they are using them against Kurdish population. Because of that, European Union and other NATO members declared weapon embargo against Turkey and put ban on doing business with several European nations. So because of its shrinking market, Turkey is reviving its ties with African nations and expanding its diplomacy using drone diplomacy. As we know, Turkey never had any colonial history in Africa. Therefore, this is also helping them to mingle with African nations easily. And African nations are also laying with Turkey to fix their own domestic and geopolitical matter. So, in this topic, I would like to tell you about the Turkey's drone diplomacy with African nations. Along with that, Turkey's interest in the African continent, and most importantly, why Turkey is moving towards African nations. Anyway, I have already talked about the Turkish drone diplomacy in detail on another topic. For your own convenience, I am putting this on the right corner notification, or you can go to my playlist and have a look. Now let's start the topic with a question, and the question is, how and since when Turkey has started cementing its relation with African countries? Turkey has a long-standing historical and cultural relation with Africa dating back centuries. The year 1998 is a significant year for Turkey-Africa relation. This year Turkey launched Opening to Africa Action Plan. The relationship reached its peak after 2005. From then on, along with a focus on Central Asia, the Balkans and the Middle East, Turkey's foreign policy started shifting its emphasis towards Africa. Turkey's political, strategic and economical relations with sub-Saharan African countries have intensified significantly. As I said, 2005 was the historic year in the Turkey-Africa relation because of the following events. In 2005, Turkey obtained observer status of African Union, while the same year was declared as a Year of Africa in Turkey. In January 2008, Turkey became strategic partner of African Union, which paved the way for Turkey-Africa Cooperation Summit held in Istanbul with the participation of 49 African countries. Also in 2008, Turkey accepted non-regional membership of African Development Bank. Additionally, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has paid 50 visits to 30 African countries since 2004. Also in 2021, Turkey-Africa Summit has been an watershed moment for the dark continent because Turkey's investment reached all-time high after 2021 summit. Now at this moment, we will put our emphasis on Turkey's investment in dark continent. Turkey has become benevolent partner for African nation. Turkey's trade volume with Africa rose to $25.4 billion in 2020, up from just $5.4 billion in 2003. The figure further increased to $30 billion in the first 11 months of 2021. Turkey's investment in Africa have reached $6.2 billion last year. Turkey's companies are also employing 25,000 people on the continent. Additionally, Turkey is generating 1 lakh jobs per year. Turkey's contractors meanwhile have assumed 1,686 projects worth $78 billion. The number of countries with which Turkey signed trade and the economic cooperation agreement increased to 45 in 2017, while it was only 23 in 2003. This agreement helped Turkey to strengthen ties with African continents. The sick man of Europe also signed healthcare cooperation agreement with 20 African nations. Free trade agreement with 4 African nations are now in force, when it was literally none in 2003. Reciprocal protection of investment agreement with 26 countries has been signed so far. However, Turkey had this agreement with only 6 countries in 2003. With 11 countries, Turkey signed prevention of double taxation agreements. In 2003, it was only 4. Share of African countries in overall international business volume of Turkey's contractors is around 21%. Among this percentage, 19% alone belongs to North African countries. So clearly it is visible to us that Turkey's influence is increasing in African countries, especially North African countries. Here comes the Turkey's defense equipment, especially drones. Those are being rigorously used by African countries, especially North African countries. Now the question is, what events influence these countries to use Turkish drones? Actually, the first two Turkish summits in 2008 and 2014 and the next one in 2021 took place in the shadow of Turkish drone successful pursuit in different countries. The Turkish bayraktar TB2 armed drones are being produced by a company called Baykar, and the company is being owned by the Erdogan's son-in-law, Seluk Bayraktar. I have already talked about Seluk Bayraktar's made-up love life. If you are interested, then go to my previous topic, Turkish drone diplomacy. Bayraktar TB2 drones are being marketed on all platforms following the much hyped showing in Syria, Libya, Ethiopia, Nagorno-Karabakh and Ukraine. More and more African delegations have come to visit to Turkish defense companies. African countries such as Algeria, Ethiopia, Morocco, Nigeria, Rwanda, Tunisia have already reportedly taken interest in Turkish drones. Recently, Erdogan visit to Angola, Togo, Nigeria created hype. These countries are interested to buy Bayraktar TB2 armed drones, especially Nigeria, to control the spread of Islamic terrorism across the north of the country. G5 Sahel countries, Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Mauritania and Niger have shown their interest too. Niger has already bought TB2 drones from Turkey to control terrorist influx from its neighboring nation Mali. But recently, Turkey's drones draw sharp criticism from European nations and other nations of Africa. Turkey have sold armed Bayraktar to Ethiopia, and Ethiopian government used that drone against Tigray leaders. Because of the use of the drone, many common Tigray peoples have been killed too. Also, Egypt is complaining against Turkey because of the Turkish sale of drones to Ethiopia. Ethiopia wants to build a dam on Nile River, but Egypt do not want it. So, that makes Ethiopia deterrent against Egypt's future interest. So, Egypt is complaining against Turkey to France particularly and other NATO members. Turkish drones are tilting the power game sometimes to good regime and sometimes to vicious regime. Turkish drones are high in demand because it is cheap and very easy to use, and their drones are come with a little baggage. Also, their drones are easy to repair, training cost is very low, weapons are simple and cheap. Turkey's Bayraktar TB2 drone cost only $5 million in comparison of the Americans' MQ-9 Reaper, whose cost is $20 million. America's newly built Predator RG-MK1 is $28 million. Even the Israel Heron and the Hermes 450 and the 900 cost is around $10 to $15 million per drone. The Chinese Winglong, which cost is $15 million. So, that is why the African nations are buying the Turkish drone, those who are cheap and the Western made quality. You know, Turkey's attraction to Africa is very natural. Not only Turkey, but other nations are being attracted to Africa. Because Africa is a poor continent with huge natural resources. The continent has vast deposit of oil, gas and minerals like cobalt, gold and diamonds, as well as agricultural products like palm oil, cocoa, tea, coffee and vanilla. So Africa has a abundant raw materials and big market of 1.3 billion population. So natural and the human resources can help Turkey to get out of its economical debacle. The country is facing difficulties due to its entry in FATF grey list. Its currency lira is falling sharply. Therefore, Turkey can use Africa to leverage against Europe to revive its own economy. There are another reasons that the Turkey's relationship with Africa, especially North African nations, are very special. The Turkey's engagement with Africa is not limited to the arms sales only. There are 40 Turkish embassies in Africa. State-controlled Turkish Airlines flies to more than 50 African countries. There are 37 military offices of Turkey on the African continent. Turkey has military bases in Morocco, Somalia and Tunisia. The Camp Tarksham in Somalia is the largest overseas military base for Turkey. Camp Tarksham is the home of 2,500 Turkish Somalian soldiers. The camp is better known as Eagle of Africa. So now Turkey's next eagle land would be Libya. Turkish drones are challenging Chinese, Israelis, French. So their defense industry is being affected by the cheap Turkish drones. So at last my say is, it is good for the Turkey to create an industry which will contribute in their economy. But in order to improve their economy, they are also hurting internal and the external interest of different countries, including the African countries. We have already gave you the examples of Egypt and Ethiopia and France and Israel. So, things have to be peaceful. Maybe the Turkey won't turn into a monster like the America has become after the World War II. America's first change regime in the name of communism, then terrorism, now democracy. Hopefully, no country in the world would ever become the way the America behaved to the other countries. Maybe Turkey will going to improve themselves as a more democratic systems, because the Turkey's democracy is not a true democracy, it's a pseudo democracy. So that Erdogan is ruling their world, ruling that Turkey in such a way that it is an authoritarian state. So Turkey has to change its democratic system to influence the world more and the more. Maybe the drone will going to affect the diplomacy of the other countries, but soft power will going to help them to gain the more respect in and around the world. Now the questions. The first question is, from which of the following country has the India purchased the Pilatus PC-7 trainer aircraft? The first option is United States of America, second is France, third is Switzerland, fourth is Germany. The second question is, L&T MBDA missile system has recently set up a missile integration facility at which state? First option is Maharashtra, second option is Karnataka, third option is Tamil Nadu, fourth option is Kerala. So this is the end of the topic. If you guys have any questions or any doubt or any query about anything regarding this topic or any other topic, then you can mail me to my email address, which is tuhin.power.academy@gmail.com. If you found this topic informative, then please subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.